Hello, Craftoria! This is Cuberized, and I am back. At the end of last episode, we had just finished clearing out a dungeon, so we have lots of resources, and I created a simple coal generator and a metallurgic infuser. So we were able to store up a little bit of energy here and get started in our quest book for Mekanism. So let's go ahead and grab that right now, which our reward is redstone, which we can always use. So we're going to go ahead and try to progress down this red line and branch off as needed to make all these machines, which will get us started on our ore processing and actually getting more than one raw ore into one ingot, which is something we are looking for. Also want to continue doing some work here in iron spells so that we can actually get started, and that's going to take a scroll forge. So we sort of jumped ahead right into the inscription table and the spell books, but need to, if we want to try to progress through this, which we do, I'm going to go back and do the scroll forge and try to advance through here a little bit. And there's some interesting mechanisms, and we have some our iron spell supplies, if you will, and arcane essence is part of that. Plus we have this other spell book that has 5 slots, and we have the one we currently have equipped, which has the 8 slots. So I'm excited about that, and yeah. So that is where we are at the moment. Very small little area, and I believe our sun is going to go down. So I will just actually going to take this for a moment, pick this up and move it just because it's taking up valuable space. And did I get the, no, I didn't get the barrel, but let me get this put back down. And yeah, definitely bit of a storage issue at the moment. We have limited space, so we're gonna take Steve's head and put that there. Yeah, we don't need to have Steve's head out actually, so let's put that away, and then we'll relocate the records. I'm just having all kinds of issues with inventory. See all the inventory? So I will, I did not do anything with inventory cleanup since last time, which I will go ahead and do that. And then we need to make a cardboard boxes, and to do that, part of it is we needed energy, but the other part is we needed this metallurgic infuser, so we can go ahead and make a sawmill to then make sawdust to make our cardboard boxes. And that is where we were at before. So if we look at, and this is a mechanism, and the reason we want to make these cardboard boxes is we want to go back into the dungeon and grab those spawners, so that, and plus any other resources that are down there that we didn't get the last time around. And then there's a whole nother structure that's in that dungeon that we found that got placed. It's like the dungeon was placed first, and then this other building was placed second, basically overriding the dungeon in certain spots. So we want to be able to check that out, because that's a bonus structure that we didn't even know was there, which will be exciting to go through. So I'm going to quickly drop these in the barrel here, some of this stuff, and oh, compressed iron, okay, yeah. And we do have our primal coal. One other thing I wanted to take a look at is to make, and it's in the quest book here under Just Dire Things, has a lot of really amazing tools. So we did the making of the goo. Um, so these are the various dimensions, if you will, that you have to go to be able to make these goos. And so this first one is in the overworld. You don't have to go any further, so you can make this. This you're going to need some things from the Nether. This is need things from the End, and this you'll need from the Deep Dark. Now you can do that not necessarily in the Deep Dark dimension, but you're going to need it from a Deep Dark biome. So it's not quite as you don't actually have to go to the dimension to be able to do this, but it doesn't hurt that you do. So we have made we've made some raw ferrocore, but not all of it. We've done 64, so we need to make more, and we're going to need to make more anyway because we want to be able to make all these items. I did make the simple coal generator, and this is a fuel generator, and then there's a bunch of other things here. But to be able to get credit for this, I have to actually make these ingots, which I haven't done them all yet. So I will see how much iron it is I have, and we'll see if we can generate some more of these, and then be able to complete this and unlock these other quests. The other item here is this is a pocket charging item, and we want to probably look at making this as well. To do that, you need ferrocore. Go figure. And we did pick up some blocks of redstone. We were in the dungeon, so we have enough redstone to be able to do this. Furnace and coal are easy. It's the ferrocore that we need. The other thing, and we did get this as a reward, was this fuel canister. Again, also something that we will be getting credit for because it's in the quest book, I believe. That's a fluid canister. Where was the fuel canister? Fuel canister is up here. So we'll get credit for it once we get it unlocked, that we've actually completed it. Which is the nice thing about Just Dire, is, and the other quests as well, is that sometimes they give you rewards that will auto-complete items in your quest book for you, so you don't actually have to create them. But this is an amazing little gizmo, and I can show you how this works if I can find some coal, or preferred lignite. Let's see if I have any in these chests. I know I do. I need to clean this up, and I may pause before continuing on too much further to try to clean this up a bit. And there it is. Okay, so what I can do with this. So the beauty of wherever I put it. Did I put it in here? Yes. The beauty of the primal coal as well as this lignite coal is we can take this and put this into the fuel canister. And I'll show this as an example. So I'm going to put one of these in. So one of these is, it translates it into a number. So you get a certain number of ticks for every different type of coal you put in. So one primal is, that sounds like a merchant, 4,800 ticks. So this is, what, 8? Fuel amount was 8. What, that's 1,600 ticks? So, yeah, so this is actually just, instead of saying, oh, you put this in and you put this in, and you've got one piece of this lignite coal and one piece of this, it just converts it into a number. And then you can take this canister and put this canister in here, and it will consume the fuel, whatever you've tossed in there. So you can pre-fill this with fuel and then use it as, well, a fuel canister for any of your machines that take fuel, which is also going to be very handy when we go ahead and create this pocket generator, because we can take any fuel we find or create, and like if we want to create charcoal, and then you drop it into the fuel canister, and then you put the fuel canister into the generator, and it literally will generate energy. Very handy when you have something that's powered, like a drill of some sort, that you're carrying around, and you're going to need to provide power to it on the go. And hello, we have, oh, this is not a merchant. This is the vintner guy is back. So this is the guy. I don't know where he is. He's in here somewhere. Come on, where are you guys hanging out at? He's hiding, and his two donkeys are right there. So when he decides to not be silly, we can go see what he has. And I'm really having limits here on, I'm going to put this here on space. So this is really an advantage to us because it allows us to stack up a lot of fuel in a very small, and if you have various kinds of fuel and you want to be able to use it all, you don't have to stand there and like throw the coal in and wait until it's consumed and then throw some other, this fuel in and then waiting until it's consumed and have to keep constantly managing your fuel. You just toss it in, it absorbs it, and we're good to go. So, and there we go. And I can just again put this canister in here. Now I'm going to hold off for a moment because I may need to move this, but oh, there he is. Let's go see what it is he has. He's all the way over here. Huh. So, dark cherry sapling, some juice, some seeds, some wine. No, it's actually just whole juice. Juice. So, all this various stuff. Again, nothing too terribly expensive, but definitely something different. It's a whole new mod, and I've yet to really, other than pick grapes off of a plant and eat them, I have not done anything with that yet. And I seem to have a lead here. Did you? Okay, hold on. Where are my? Let me grab this. Okay, let's put that there. Put you. Grab you. Come here. And where did the other one go? Come here. Come here, little donkey. Come on. So if you put a fence post down, you can right-click on it and tie animals to it. So I now have 2 pet donkeys. Kind of. Sort of. They're not really mine. But the vintner let go of them, so they are. And I was looking for iron. Don't have any ingots in there, but I know I picked up a few. There's some. There's nuggets. There's some more nuggets. Let's do that. Let's see. When you're doing just dire, you need things are in blocks, so you need to make blocks of materials and then go from there. And is that all I have? No, I have more. So we'll generate some more of that. And each one of these should get me 3 or 4 And it doesn't matter which sides you put them on, and this is active. If this block of goo was not active, it would show a symbol of what you needed to feed it to get it to be activated. And so as you can see, it's spreading to these other blocks, so it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. And while that's doing that, since I have a little time to kill, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and clean up my inventory real quick, and then we'll continue on. Okay, I am a bit more organized now. Oop, and I have a friend. Hold on. Don't want to hurt the donkeys. Okay. So we have our ferrocore here. Let me pick that up. And I probably put it away. So let's grab a couple of the blocks of coal. Okay, so now it's where the symbol is here, it wants to be fed. So I will go get some rotten flesh. And I have plenty of that. And also, if you ever want to move this block, which I'm thinking about doing, use a shovel, because it's goo. It's not actually something else. So I am going to move this, just because I want to be able to put it on the ground. Makes getting to the top of it a little easier. No parkour required. Okay, so I can put my blocks around. I will feed it. You can't feed it multiple times, you just feed it once, and I mention that only because I tried to give it like a stack. Figuring if I could kind of more automate it that way. So if you could give it, overfeed it, per se, then you could walk away from it a little bit more, but no, it doesn't work that way. Okay. I think I have... No, I don't. Okay. So, we have a few... Well, we've got a world of things we need to make. I have a lot of equipment that I picked up of various stages of good, bad, and in between. So I need to keep that in mind. With the raw ferrocore, what we want to do is here. So this can be smelted directly into an ingot. The only thing we can do, even energizing it, won't do anything to help. So I will pull out my pocket furnace. I may need... Yes, I put all my fuel away because I was being handy. And yeah, let's smelt that. While that is going on, let's talk about... Let's see what I have here. So in terms of... I have a little bit of osmium already smelted up. Found some other things. We do have some ferrocore. We do have some steel. So one of the next... let's actually look at our quest book here. So one of the next things to make in Mekanism, if we go all the way back, is we're going to need to make this infused alloy. And to do that, you're going to need the metallurgic infuser, which we have, but put redstone in it and copper. Now copper we also have. We also have redstone, so that's not a problem. And I may try to power through some more copper here. But do I have any? I still have some carbon. So what I'm going to do with this, to make this, to take advantage of that, since I have carbon in it, and I know I'm going to need... so if I look at... so I don't waste it. You can dump it, but since it's in there already, let's so here's what we can do. So if we have, and I'm looking for carbon. Yeah, so this is carbon. So these are all the various coal type things. So I can take enriched iron and make steel, and I can also take iron and make enriched iron. So that may be the way to go, is try to make some of that. So I don't actually have to dump. And I may only get one piece through, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do here. Just not to use it. I will end up having probably 5 of these things and loaded up with individual, and maybe even more than that, but various metallurgic infusers devoted specifically for certain to hold certain infusers. I don't know, something. So let me grab this last one here and do that. And since I'm done here, I have tiny coal, I thought, somewhere. Maybe not. Let's see if I can do tiny charcoal. I did at one point. I probably used it for something. I just hate wasting. Here. Okay, so I have that now too. Alright, so we have plenty of resources. I will smelt this up because I can. Alright, put that away. I'll keep this, put that away. Alright, so we need to make many things. We were talking about putting copper with redstone. So let's grab some redstone. I don't want to do, that's why I had the copper in my hand. I don't want to do too much at this point. Later on I'm going to have a lot. So let's just do 8. I don't know if it's, I think it's 1 to 1, so 1 piece of redstone and 1 copper. But I'll determine that here. And I can check the EMI as well, but I can just see that there. So I'll be able to do that, and I can walk away. What else? So this will get us this, and then we can make this. And not so much interested in these are all the upgrades you can put to the machines, and the nice things are things like speed and power, to be able to store more energy and make the machine work faster and be more efficient. And then of course you can add others, but these are the 2 that are most important. And you know, some of the stuff that's somewhat tangential here is not as important as getting through, because I want to be able to get to steel casings to be able to make the enrichment chamber and the sawmill. And the sawmill will get us sawdust, which we'll be able to use to make the cardboard box. So, and here we go here. So we've got that. We get a reward. It's, if you're doing Mechanism, it's good to just claim the reward as you go along. Some other ones are like that as well, where you want to claim them as you go, and then other things like artifacts and relics, for example, are going to give you experience. So unless you have an immediate need for it, or just want to stash it, have a safe place to stash it in a chest, you can hold off doing those until you have the opportunity. So yes, more gold is always a good thing. So now I have these infused alloys, which gets us to, we want to go down and do the next thing, and which is this basic control unit. These type of things you're going to need for making your steel casings in your machines. So again, osmium I've already got some smelted. Not a lot, but I know I will need a lot for this eventually. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's do 16. I'm trying to go a fine line between, this is very wasteful in the sense that it sucks up a lot of, if you're using carbon to infuse, then it's going to eat a lot of carbon. And it's in the same thing for redstone. So when you get to more advanced things where you're having to infuse things with diamond and, you want to be able to make it as efficient and stretch those diamonds as far as possible, and that's where the enrichment chamber comes into play. You're going to enrich your materials, and then they will last longer when you put them in the metallurgic infuser, which is handy. Okay, so I'll be able to claim this. And we'll come back around and make some of these other things in a minute. This is optional. It's free runners. So it helps with movement, and it goes in your feet slot. So if you aren't using both of your slots, yeah, it's a handy little gizmo to have. And at this point, if we don't need to be making them, I'd love to jump over, but they are handy. So really what I want is the steel casing, and it's locked because I think you do actually have to do this. Yeah, it's locked. It wants us to do this. It's a nice thing to have. It just is taking everything we just sort of made. So you need 2 of these energy tablets, which is going to take 2 of the infused alloys each. So you need 4 infused alloys, plus you need gold and redstone. Thankfully we've made these. So okay, so we've got these 2 energy tablets, and then we need 2 more, and then we also need these basic control units. I think we have everything we need now to do this. So now you have free runners. Of course, you get the reward for that. So even though it says optional, it's not really optional. You kind of have to do it. I got raw gold again. Nice. Just something you don't have to mine. I'll take that. Okay. Oh, it's this feed slot, not that feed slot. I thought it was over here. No? Oh, yeah, it is. I don't have I don't have any boots on. So the free runners. So movement efficiency. Let's see what it does. To seem to have better speed, and let's see if it does a step assist kind of thing. No, it does not. So I still have to jump, and I have a critter who wants to play. Yeah, so with this this setup, and again, if you use your Ultimine, which is the key above the tab key, you can mine all of this at once. And so now I have more of the coal, which will be very helpful for when I need to oh, there's more. Okay. All right, right, so we're just going along here. So I did want to talk more about. Well, let's get to our to what we need to do here. So the steel casing is now unlocked. So let's go ahead and make the steel casing. So we need glass. I think we ended up picking up glass as part of a reward. Yes, we did. So I also need steel, which I should have, and osmium, which I should also have. And let me put this in there. Okay, so 1 steel casing and 1 reward. Raw osmium, nice. So to get to the precision sawmill, I need the steel casing, which I just made. These, which I still have, and infused alloys, which I think I still have 2 left. I do. So again, the precision sawmill is the lowest tier. It's a single, works like a standard input. You put one item in, and it will then saw through it. Like if you put a log in, it makes planks. If you put planks in, it makes sticks. But there is a chance to get sawdust, which is what we're looking for as a byproduct of this. The factories just make it so that you can run through 9 items as opposed to just 1 at a time. And then obviously as these the tiers go up, they get better and better. So, and then you can also add the upgrades, the speed and the energy upgrades to these. So that's what we want. And I don't have enough iron because I don't have enough iron. I don't. Okay. Well, I will just do a little bit. We don't need too much at this point. I just need a few ingots. But other than that, see, here's the sawdust. And as you saw through various things, you can even saw through things like doors and fences and that type of thing. There's a chance to get sawdust. If you do a stick, I think, yeah, if you do a stick, that's all you get is sawdust. It's a 1-for-1. So if you have a bunch of sticks, especially if you chop down trees and you have, you know, this massive amount of sticks you don't know what to do with, then as cutting down trees will produce saplings and logs and sticks. You can put the sticks through and get sawdust. And we have a few. I have been using them. I don't know if I have any more. Yeah, I have a whole bunch here, so we'll do that. I should have my ingots, at least what I need to get started. Put those in there and make this. 1. So I think I can, now that I've boxed myself in here, let me get that out and see if I can power this from below. Yes, this has power, this has some power, and I should be able to put in, it's allowed. So for this, there's this option in your, when you open up your inventory, this, and you should be able to do, sorry, here, saw, recent, no, huh. No, well, there is an upgrade, upgrades here. It tells you which ones you can put in, so you can put in speed, energy, and muffling. So, yeah, if you cannot mute it, and I'm surprised it's not, here it is, tile, machine, precision sawmill mechanism. So, there, no more sawing. So you don't have to actually put the muffle upgrade in to muffle it. And it's actually kind of nice. The sawmill can be a bit loud and grindy. So that is how you make sawdust with that in mind. And again, as there's a chance as you're cutting things anyway. In fact, let me pull this back out for a second. So if I come over here and find, say, an oak log, and let's just not put in one, let's put in 4. So we're going to put in 4 oak logs. Not the fastest thing either at this rate without the upgrades in there and just being a standard sawmill. So instead of taking 1 log and getting 4 planks, you take 1 log and you get 6 planks. So there's a benefit of using this at the cost of energy. So, so we've gotten 1 sawdust just from making oak planks, and we haven't done the last one yet, but just the number of oak planks you get is more, but yeah, not so much in the way of sawdust. But even if you thought, well, I could take 4 logs and make 16 planks, so I really got a bonus here of, so this I could have made manually and gotten no sawdust. But because I did, I got 1 sawdust and 8 extra planks. I can put the planks in and just see what that would have gotten me. And you can, so you're not really losing any wood from what you anticipated from your logs, but you're making more sticks, which will make you more sawdust, if that makes sense. So, but that will work. And again, if you don't want to use this, you can just put in your sticks straight away. Just some things to think about when dealing with the sawmill is if it's worth utilizing or not. Once you get cardboard boxes that can be reused, so you can pick up something and then drop it and take the cardboard box off of it. The other thing is with the cardboard box, this is the cardboard box. It looks like a cardboard. It looks like a real cardboard box with an opening on top. The recipe's been changed. So I have a tip out there about how to change this back to the standard needing 4 pieces of sawdust recipe. And I will show you that right now. I think everything over here is doing its thing. I have to back out of the game, which is not really what I want to do, and we're out of power. That's why this is slowed down. So let me find my fuel canister here, and oops, wrong gizmo. Put that in there. It'll take off and go, and it'll all be happy. So the way to do this is and let me see if I can do this while I am in game here. I probably can. Let me, 1 second. I'm going to do this for a moment and pull up. Yeah, probably not in game, but I will, I'll put the link down to the tip, and I will go over here in a moment and just walk you through it. Yeah, I'm going to exit the game and pause the video momentarily while I exit, and then I will show you how to do this quickly, and then we'll come back and we will make a cardboard box.